Continuing our special celebration of the number 25 this year, I want to share with you 25 great U.S. patent and trademark resources. A brief explanation before I dive in. If you search for this 25 great USPTO resources on our website at erikpelton.com, you'll find a more comprehensive list with links to each of these amazing resources. First resource, the official gazette, the publication each week of approved trademark applications. Second is the Trademark Manual of Examining Procedure, or TMEP. This is the Bible of the application process in many ways. It's what the examiners use, and it has both procedure and substance in it. TTABVUE is the system to look up cases and files at the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board. Fifth great resource is ESTTA, ESTTA. That's the online filing system for the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board, which is different from the online filing system for the Trademark Application System, which is known as TEAS, the fifth resource. Sixth resource is the assignment filing search and lookup, which is actually a separate system from the USPTO trademark application files. There's some overlap, but it's a very underutilized tool to look up the assignments. The ID manual is another great resource for looking up acceptable descriptions of goods and services and what classification they fit into. The TBMP is the board's manual. This is the Bible of work, mostly procedural, related to trademark trial and appeal cases. The design code manual is a very important resource if you're working with logos or designs and the codes and numbers that get assigned to them for searching designs especially. The USPTO's fee page, where they list all the relevant fees for all types of trademark filings and may undergo some changes later this year, is an important resource. The USPTO has an employee directory that's searchable online, and there you can find contact information for different departments or different examiners if needed to make contact. The 12th resource I want to share is the USPTO's videos. Their YouTube page has quite a deep volume of resources and videos about searching and different steps of the application and registration and renewal process. The uspto.gov is the overall website for the Patent and Trademark Office, packed with lots and lots of resources. And of course, most of what I'm covering here is within that framework. So overall, uspto.gov is where you want to go if you're not sure how to find where you're going to a resource. The trademark search system used to be called TESS, but now just goes by trademark search. That's my 14th amazing resource. Very important to know how to use before filing an application. TSDR is the system that we use to look up the specifics, both status and documents for any particular application or registration file. I call this next tool the registration generator. That is a special tool within TSDR where you can download numerous registration certificates at once. That is very useful if you're using them as evidence for research or a letter or an application office action response. 17th resource is the FOIA reading room. This is where the TTAB hosts lots of their decisions and information about them and the ability to search them. Another important resource at the USPTO is the OED, or Office of Enrollment and Discipline, decisions, where we can see the unfortunate examples of attorneys and others who have been sanctioned or disciplined by the Patent and Trademark Office. This is very important for knowing the ethical rules and what can happen if they're violating. 19th resource is the USPTO's operation status page. This is important if there's an emergency, especially in the Washington, D.C. area where the headquarters are, a snowstorm, other sort of natural events or weather events, or a government shutdown. This is where the USPTO will have information about the operating status of the Patent and Trademark Office, which could mean that there are extensions or delays available. TPAC is the Trademark Public Advisory Committee. Their page with resources about their upcoming meetings and past meeting transcripts is another valuable resource. 21st resource is the FOIA office of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. I have on numerous occasions FOIA'd, which means requesting publicly available information through the Freedom of Information Act. Resources from the USPTO. If you want details about how to do that and to search some of their past activity, that's on the FOIA page. The news alert subscription page is where you can subscribe to email alerts from the USPTO in a variety of categories. I highly recommend that so you know what's going on when the USPTO makes announcements or changes. My USPTO at my.uspto.gov is where, if you have a USPTO login, you can see certain resources or portfolio information related to your account. 24th resource that I want to talk about is the TM5. This is not exclusively the USPTO, but the USPTO is one of the members of the TM5, which is the 5 largest trademark offices around the world. And on this website, they post some of the information about things they're doing, collaborating, initiatives they're undertaking, and there can be valuable information there. And finally, the USPTO's WIPO Madrid guide is a very, very valuable tool if you're doing any kind of international filings related to the Madrid Protocol. Lots of in-depth resources there. As you can see, there is a wealth of information from the USPTO and about trademarks. We've barely scratched the surface here, talking about some of the 25 that I use the most and I wanted to share with you. If you have more questions about these resources or trademarks in general, search our resources at erikpelton.com. You can see the search box in the bottom right-hand corner of the website, or drop a comment, reach out to me.